Hello and a warm welcome back to Crafters TV. Happy Monday. We have got a fantastic day lined up for you here at Crafters TV. We've done a little bit of a switcheroo. If you watched this morning's show, I was over on that side, Debbie was over on this side. Now we've switched, and later on tonight we're going to switch again. So all change here at Crafters TV. We've got a fantastic masterclass coming up for all of you at home. We're going to tackle some of the basics of crafting. So it's going to be a great place, perhaps if you're a beginner, great place to start when we're talking all about our adhesives. We're going to have a look at our paper, our cardstock and our vellum. So all of those essentials, all those fundamentals that we need to know about when it comes to our paper crafting. It's going to be a super interactive show. So if you've got any questions, any comments, please do make sure you get those in on the socials. We've got Becky on the socials this afternoon. So get those questions in, get those comments in, and we'll get them over to Debbie, and we'll do our very best, at least between us, to get those questions answered. So very much going back to basics with a very interactive show. Now, of course, like I said, I'm not here on my own. I have switched sides. Debbie has switched sides, and Debbie is over on the other side of the studio for this afternoon. Debbie, I'm really looking forward to this one.
Oh, bless you. Well, it's literally, we're calling it a masterclass, but I did say earlier on, we're using the masterclass as a loose term. I think it's going to be one of those interactive shows where all those burning questions that you want to ask about when it comes to cardstock, vellums, acetates, glues being another one. It's like a little bit of an essential kind of craft stash show of all the essential tools that you might be thinking, well, why do I need this glue for that? Why do I need that glue? What's the differences between them? How do they fare against each other? Because there is, let me tell you now, for example, glues, I always remember saying to myself, I only need one glue. Ooh. Don't need any others. It's just a ploy. it's just a con to get some more pennies out of me. But seriously, there are different glues for different jobs, and I'll try and cover that with wet glues and dry glues. And when I say dry glues, things like red liner tape, things like tape pens, which are a dry glue, a dry adhesive. So we've got all of those on there, and it's going to be one of those shows where we are literally opening the doors up, let you tell us what you want to ask, what you want to see, and then we'll just take it from there. So that's why I think we're calling it a masterclass, but it's literally being led by yourselves. And if you don't get those questions in, we're just going to play around for a couple of hours and I will just go through all those things and why you need them. So I think it's going to be a good one, and I'm trying to get myself all set up ready for it. So come back in a second and we'll probably start with, maybe start with a glue or two.
Absolutely, sounds like a plan to me. Now, while Debbie is just getting set up, ready for her first demonstration, we'll read a few comments. We've already got a few of you guys at home joining us. We love to hear from you, so please do get those comments, get those questions in, because that is absolutely what this show is all about. So first up, we've got Denise Davies on YouTube saying, good afternoon, Debbie, Lily, crafting team, and all you beautiful, talented crafters out there. I struggle with an 8x8 inch envelope. I like sending big cards. But because of this, I should give up. No, Denise, never ever give up. Where there's a will, there's a way. You will find a way to make an 8x8 inch envelope. We'll see if we can get Debbie doing that a little bit later on. So I'll log that in the old memory banks and we'll see if Debbie can do that a little bit later on. Sue Garland is on YouTube saying hello to one and all, in capitals, all. So you have to shout it, one and all. Definitely saying hello there. We have got Kirsty D's back saying, good afternoon, everyone. I'm watching while trying to sort out my craft desks. Oh dear, that doesn't sound like too much fun to me. I'm getting help, more like a hindrance from Kia, one of Comet's minions. Leanne is saying, good afternoon, Debbie, Lily, CTV team, and all my crafty friends from a sunny but windy Montrose. I have to say, Leanne, I walked in this morning. It was beautiful, sunny out there this morning, but it is windy. It was wild out there. And I think I've heard some rain as well while we've been having our break between shows. So hopefully the weather will improve, but definitely crafting weather, that is for certain. Rebecca Dancer's in saying, hello, Debbie and Lily. Christine Mahoney's back saying, hello. Lots of O's. So again, you have to say it as it is typed. Hello again, beautiful ladies and everyone. Hello to you, Christine. Nanakim54 is in YouTube saying good morning from North Carolina. Mary Beth Doyle is on Facebook saying hello everyone from Minnesota. Gosh, lots of you commenting in this afternoon. Love to hear from all of you. Alicia Gordon saying good morning and greetings from Arkansas. Need a refresher in adhesive as I just got the tacky glue. I already have the all-purpose but had difficulty using the all-purpose. It made my paper buckle. Definitely be answering questions when it comes to that sort of issues a little bit later on. Another question coming here, Rebecca Dancer. Vellum as an insert for the inside of a card, how would you secure it? So another one, Debbie, thinking about how we're going to glue down vellum. We'll answer that a little bit later on for you, Rebecca. Carol's in saying, good afternoon, Debbie, Lily, and also the CTV crew. Talking of crew, in our ear, we've got once again Jamie and Nicola, and Tracy's just walking across the studio there. She's in the library doing all of the products related things. So any products that we need, she'll sort it out for us and get us cups of tea as well, which is very nice. We've got Charlotte Clark on YouTube saying, ready for learning, Debbie and Lily. Every time I watch, I learn something new, which is definitely what it's all about. And Paw Print Times 4 is on YouTube saying, hello, Lily, Debbie, and everyone here. Now, I'm all up to date when it comes to comments. I think it's time to get over to Debbie. We're going to start off with glues. We have got a few questions. We'll make sure we answer those throughout the course of the show. Nicola's really organised. She's got them written down, so we don't even have to remember them. We're going to get straight over to Debbie. We're answering all of those gluey questions.
And there's so many of them. I was like thinking, have I got everything here that's on the show today? With the exception of one that's not on, but I am going to cover it because it's the one we talk about a lot, and I will talk about that. But that one's just not available right now to get hold of, because I think, if producer Nicola reminds me, I think we're out of stock of the whole purpose. We'll just double check. I personally would have a mini meltdown if I ran out of all-purpose glue, because it's, and I'm going to demonstrate the differences between those two in a second. Oh, breaking news. We've got it in stock in the UK. I'm so sorry to all our gorgeous stateside friends and family over there. We don't have it in stock over there. So, and I think there's something to do with transportation at the moment with this particular glue. So we just hold tight, but I'm pretty sure a lot of you will already have this in your crafty stash. So I will address that, because even though it's not on the show, I don't want to not address it, because there's two differences between these two glues. So the things we're going to talk about are indeed our wet glues, and I'm going to show you the wet glues before I go to demo them. I'm going to show you and talk you through them, and why, again, there is a place in your, I was going to say heart then, but a place in your craft room.
There's a place in our heart for all purpose, isn't it? Given how much we love it.
Absolutely. So our wet glues. Now, if I just show you these two bottles, you'll always refer to this as our all-purpose, and you'll hear me say time and time, it's the wiggle glue. It's the glue that gives you the manoeuvrability time. It's the one that dries solid, rigid, and gives you like an extra sturdiness, like an extra layer of cardstock when you are coming to use that. And it's the one that I would use personally for all my matting and layering on all things uncoated. And the reason I'm saying that, and I will go and grab some, I'll grab some mirror card, I'll grab some glitter cardstock, because that's the coated cardstock. I wouldn't be using that to stick down mats and layers and things like that with an all-purpose, because it is solvent-based. So, and we all know what a solvent-based is, and anybody who's used it, and they've probably thought, well, why is my colour lifting? Why is the colour from the glitter card lifting, or the colour from the mirror card moving? It's because of it's the wrong glue to stick with. So that is why all-purpose is perfect for all of the mats and layers when it comes to uncoated cardstock. So papers, mats and layers onto things like black cardstock. I've got a couple of pieces at the side of me which we'll talk about in a second. But absolutely, you need that in your life. It's fantastic. And it is the one that's the clear one. So it's the one that is like clear. It also means as well, when we come to use it, and I'll demonstrate this perfectly. We've got 2 hours, 2 long hours, which I know sometimes go fast in here, but I think we've got enough time to cover those questions and cover the differences between the two. But it gives you the, if you splurge, is that the right word?
Yeah.
When you put too much glue on and it comes out at the side, hands up.
We've
I can see you all now. Hands up. Because we all do it. And even me and Lily, we both had our hands up just then, because even though we are the crafty experts, shall we say, we still do it. I'm still bad for doing it. But it means that when you get any surplus, you can rub that off, and I'll demonstrate that for you on purpose. Now, tacky glue, the one that is available both here in the UK and also in our stateside. And did I hear that correctly? Is this on 3 for 2? I love that, Lily.
Three bottles for the price of 2, and it's on a 3 for 2 with the 3D glue gel, which I know is Debbie's favourite.
Oh, absolutely.
Glue. Time to stock up. It's one of those things, you know yourself, Debbie, you don't ever want to run out of glue. So when we've got them on a deal, it's the time to stock up. You'll need them sometime in the future, even if you don't need them right here, right now, today. Exactly.
And coming to that, this is the other wet glue. And there is one more wet glue, which Lily's just tackled on, is my favourite, and I'll talk about that in a second. But this is our tacky glue. So this is the one that's white, but it does dry clear. Please don't think that that's going to dry white, because it isn't. Now, tacky glue, and if I just put that to one side, this is our low water content glue. So you'll know with things like with kids and like glues that are out there on the market, what we call a PVA glue. It's the kind of similarity, but that's usually got quite a high water content to it. This doesn't. It's got a low water content. But it is fantastic glue. You'll hear Miss Fisher talk about this being her favourite. You'll hear Leanne Chivs talk about this one. Chivers, she says that this is the best glue in the world. I do agree with her on that one, because it does dry like concrete. But you'll hear Debbie talk about this one. Now, this is, when you heard me talk about this, do not use for coated cardstock, well, this is when this little beauty comes into place, because this is the one that you want to use for your coated cardstock, like your glitter cardstocks, like your mirror card, anything that's got a coating, pearlized cardstock, this will be the one that you go to, because that is the glue that will do that job for you. So already 2 glues, 2 wet glues, but both have a job, both have a place, solvent-based, water-based, both good glues. You need them in your life. And I am just going to show you for a second, because Tracy ran around like, honestly, we haven't shown this board for a long time. Everything that you're seeing on here has been stuck with, guess which? Tacky glue. Tacky glue has held, and can I tell you, Lily, you'll agree with it, these boards were made years ago.
Oh, they're all bows then.
They
yeah.
have been all over the world, and I mean it genuinely. They've gone up and down here in the UK. They've gone across stateside. They've gone to they've gone everywhere. This board's gone absolutely everywhere, and it has got things like a tape pen. It's honestly stuck on there. Yes, there is. Producer Nicola, she says, is there a rock on there? Yes, it's a pebble. We've got things like bells. There's a screwdriver, a key. Look at this. Do you know those lovely plastic containers? Do you know when we rip things open, Lily?
Yeah.
And we don't want Tracy to find out. Guess what we reached to? We reached to tacky glue, stick it back down. She's none the wiser. And that's helped to goodness she hasn't got has she got an earpiece in? Has she just heard me?
No. She's on a computer. She's on a computer. She's fine. She's in a world of her own. She can't hear. She's fine.
Literally, we've got things like, I mean, you'll have heard Leanne talk about things like, you know, when you want to fix shoes and stuff like that. You've also got things, look at this is metal. Metal. We've got wood. There is all sorts on this board. I mean, seriously, this glue is fantastic. And I'll show you again. I mean, I don't have things like screwdrivers knocking around the place that I'm going to stick on a board. But I just wanted to show you and share with you. And especially glue that you think is white and comes out white and sticks and stays white. It doesn't. It dries clear. It dries transparent. But it is an absolutely corker of a glue. Now, let me just move these to one side for a second. I feel like I'm going through it all, but I am going to demonstrate all of them as well, so don't worry. And I will show you, because the one burning question I get asked all the time, sorry, I'm just going to cover my bracelet up, it's clunking on glass mats, I do apologise, is my favourite glue. And there's a place in my craft room for both of those, especially both of those glues. But I also have a love affair with 3D Collall glue, and it's got the kit in there, so I'll talk you through the bits that you need for your kits, and I'll go through all that as well. This is the wet glue. This is the chunky glue, which is hence why I call it, because it is transparent, it's odorless, but it allows you to decoupage. So I've got that on there, decoupage, but it also allows you to stick lots of other things like ribbons, like thicker items onto things, and it holds it in place, and again it dries and sets like concrete. 20 to 30 minutes to be touch dry, overnight if you're posting out to someone. That's the recommendation that we give you when you're using your 3D Collall glue. So there are 3 wet glues that we have in our stash, and each one do a particular job, and then we're going to move on to things like dry glue. And we talk about dry glues, but they're super, super strong. And for one, and now it's all new, it's been pimped up, it's got everything else to it, because it's got more to it as well. But it's our super strong, double-sided, dry adhesive glue. And I'm saying dry for a reason, because it isn't wet glue. It's your tape pens. And the tape pens now are refillable. They're longer, and I'll show you how to use them and how to refill them. And that comes in your straight, which is perfect for construction. And believe you me, construction is the key, because we know how strong this is, don't we, Lily? I think we say it a lot, but people don't believe us until you actually use it. And I'll show you again. I'll do a little quick demonstration with that one. And then you've got the dotty tape pen. And the dotty tape pen, for me, I've personally found revolutionary, because it hits all those intricate parts without seeping any mess, any glue, especially when you're using a tape pen. If I was to do it, and we will do it, I've got 2 pieces cut ready, and I'm going to show you why you need the dotty tape pen in your life and why you need the straight. So there's a place in both of your craft room, again, for both, that both do different jobs, but this is your dry version, and they're now refillable. And again, I'll show you how to refill them, because this is the refillable element to it. One thing I can't live without, and I know Lily can't, is red liner tape. So this is what I personally consider to be the super, super strength dry glue. Again, double-sided, so it's sticky on both sides, but it's the super strong one. And this comes in our case, Debbie, don't drop them, in 3 different sizes. So we have what we call a, in fact, I'll start with the littlest, the 3mm, the 6mm, and the 12mm. And this is all double-sided, and the reason we put, I mean, do you know what? I've never really questioned why we have red light. Do you know, have you ever questioned that, Lily?
I've not. That's a strange question, actually.
Because it is clear.
No idea.
Yeah.
No
I remember
idea.
the first time, and this is a true thing, I thought that when I peeled it off, it was going to be red. Seriously. I thought it was going to be red. It's not, it's clear, but it's clear on both sides. And again, we'll show you why. And for me, and you'll hear me talk about this a lot as well, when I am doing construction, I tend to go straight away to the red liner tape, I'm not going to lie, because it is the super strength, super strong, double-sided adhesive, but again, it's dry. So you've got your dry options, you've got your wet options, and then they've thrown in for me low-tack tape, which isn't really a glue, it's a repositional tape, it's a repositionable tape, and is always perfect for when you want to hold masks down, dies down, and we do need it. Like you'll see most of us use our dies face down onto our cutting plates, but again, this is repositional low tack tape that comes in a pack of 3, so you get 3 of these with the dispenser. The dispenser for me were a game changer. I don't know about you, Lily.
Oh, absolutely.
I've bought repositional tapes in the past that do not have a dispenser, that cost nearly twice as much as it costs for one that it is for our 3, and it's just the same thing. It does the same thing. It's a low tack tape. Don't be spending £7 or £8 on a low tack tape, please. Save your pennies. This is £4.99 for a pack of 3. Do we have an offer on this, Lily? Is there an offer on this?
We do. You're getting 2 for £7.98.
Do apologise. It's because I've gone back into expert mode, not presentation lead mode. Lily's now presentation lead for this one. But there's the details on the side. So you are getting a 2-pack, which is actually 6 rolls. Lily, can you remember how many's on a roll?
No.
I know off the top of my head. It's completely... I feel like it's 20... Now then. I know that there's now 30 on this. 30 metres, that's right, isn't it? It used to be 22.
Yeah.
22. Now it's 30. I can't remember. I don't know if it's 25. We'll find out for you. We'll find out all those details. Is social media superstar Rachel on there?
It's Becky. I've got Becky on.
Oh, is it Becky? Because I know Rachel's like that. She's like, she's on it really, really quickly. But we'll find out for you and we'll let you know. But so it's not glue to a certain extent. It's a low tack tape. So absolutely a must-have in your craft room essential for holding down anything that you want to be able to peel back. It isn't a permanent adhesive, so, and I say it's not a permanent adhesive. I know through the Gemini, we often joke it becomes a permanent adhesive because sometimes you have to peel it back off. There is a little trick to that, and again, we'll talk about that as well in a second. I think I need to water the old throat there because I felt like I'd gone through a lot, but I want to show you as well. So I'll get ready to show you that and the differences between the two, especially when it comes to these two beauties. I'll show you how to use this, how not to, because again, I've done it. Lily's probably going to own up as well. We'll own up. But we will talk about how to use your tools that come in your box as well, included in there. And again, we'll show you all those differences between the dotted, the straight, the strength of them as well, the strength, because there is a lot of strength to them. And we'll also talk about all the rest, the vellums, the papers. But get your questions in. Honestly, get your questions in. Have we got 3 already? I've not even started anything. Oh. When do you want to do them? Okay. We will. She's just saying it into my ear. You do your little bits, Debbie. We'll talk about them afterwards. So we will do that. We will. Now, I need to get some paper, Lily, so I've just literally pulled. I don't want to be taking anything out of there just yet, because I know we've got the My Special papers on, but I just want a little sheet to, and I've gone for a pattern paper one, but I just want to show you the differences between the two. So I'm just going to trim these both down for a second, because I've already got a couple of pieces of matte black cardstock there, and I'm going to show you the glues and what you can do with them. There we go. So in fact, I'll cut it down a little bit smaller than I normally would. So let's come into 2 pieces at 4.5. I think I've done 4.5. There we go, 4.5, and I think it's by 4.5 again. Yeah, wait a minute. Oh, Debbie, you've gone all wonky. What are you doing, girl? What are you doing? I know, don't even ask me how I did that, Lily. I've no idea how I did it. Right, so 2 pieces of matte black cardstock, which, by the way, we've got on offer on the show.
We certainly do.
Yeah, and we've got our 2 pieces of cardstock. I have cut it down. Do you know, honestly, do you know, I can't even say I've got the wrong glasses on. Let me just say, I started off with the right 5x5. Yes, you did, Debbie. Let's
Everyone
just
at
make
home,
sure.
just close your eyes ever so slightly, just to blur your vision so you can't quite see. Then it'll be right. Be right.
Honestly, I don't know what I did there.
Neither do I.
I was looking at it thinking, how have I managed to mess up? Look at that, I have. I'll tell you what I'm going to do.
Mind you,
I'll cut it down smaller. That way you'll never know The difference...
End up being about 1 inch square, next thing we know.
Well, do you always do that as well, Lily?
I do. I'm an absolute shocker for
I
that,
am terrible for it. I know what I did. I literally moved it to that line, didn't I? That's what I did.
No.
That's why it all went wrong. Is it going to be one of those do as I say, not as I do days?
Mind you, talking of things going all wrong, on Thursday's craft along, I'd cut 2 mats and layers down and they absolutely disappeared. Never found them since. I cut down 2 and they just literally disappeared off the face of the earth. Never found them since. It was spooky, Debbie.
Right, let's get those glues down there for you. And when I talk about mats and layers, this is an uncoated cardstock onto some matte black cardstock as well, and is going to be the right one. Now, it's probably not going to show straight away, so we will let this dry and perhaps come back to it in a little bit, but I just want to show you. So first things first, because I know, do you know, Lily, I don't know about you, but I automatically assume everyone knows how to use this bottle.
Yeah.
I'm terrible for it, and I apologise right now to anybody that I've done a disservice for, because only when I worked in store and used to do the classes, I used to see people doing this and unscrewing. And then pouring, because that's how I thought they used it. So, I'm not going to be presumptuous. I'm not going to assume, because we all know what assume means, don't we?
Yeah,
we know the meaning of the word assume. So I'm going to assume you've never seen this glue before in your life, haven't got a clue what I'm talking about, and don't know how to use it. So, first things first, you don't need to shake this up. It's a solvent-based glue. All you need to do is the top here, the red top, is unscrew the top, and then it's ready for the glue to flow out, and it's as simple as that. Now, there are some bottles, and I've got one. Ooh. Let's just show you, although pretend it's all-purpose glue, because this is actually textile. But there's some bottles that have got this, like, it looks like a little back to it. Can I just show you? It's a little spatula. Oh, producer Nicola says she doesn't think we make them anymore, but I know I've got some in my craft room, so for anybody who may have them, that is absolutely fine. Don't try and break it off. It's just a little spatula for you to use. Now, I always talk about glues, about using sparingly. So I am going to just show you, you just literally need to squeeze the glue out a little bit. And I don't know about you, Lily, but I don't go up to the very edge.
Yeah, agreed.
Because this is what I call a little bit of a wiggle glue. So I don't know if you can see it. Oh, it's a bit difficult on there, but you can see a little bit of the glisten. A bit shiny. I haven't gone OTT mad and put loads on there. And when I pop that down onto there, and if I just deliberately for a second move it to there.
Oh no!
Oh no! I've got it all wrong. Oh no!
Not
oh no!
again.
How long shall I talk for before I think? Oh no! How long can I move it? Awkward pause? No, there's no awkward pause, because you do have time to be able to get that back and also remove.
Ooh.
Which you would not be able to do with your tacky glue without destroying your cardstock or your paper. So do you know, if you've got your paper, a directional paper, that's a good word.
Oh yeah.
A directional paper the wrong way around, you've got time to be able to move it. Now again, I can see straight off that I did it deliberately. Of course I did.
Of course you did.
And then again, you're going to just give that, and that's why, although I know I've seen a little bit there, and I will do it again in a little bit with another little spare piece to show you. If you have got any excess, you just rub off, but I'll do it more better in detail in a second. But what I'm just doing is I'm spreading, do you know how I didn't have it right up to the very top? I'm spreading the glue around. Again, if you've gone too bad, and let's just do it, for example, let me grab that, and let me just go there. I'm going to use loads of glue this time. Loads of glue. Let's do it with a little strip. Let's cut a little strip down. Please excuse me. Like I said, this is going to be one of those shows where we're just going to talk, show, and everything else, and I'm going to just pop that onto there, but I'm going to go absolutely mad.
Ooh.
Now, I don't know if you can see, but I've gone a little bit OTT with the glue.
Out half a bottle of glue on that.
Absolutely, and I know I have, because it's all over my fingers, and... Whoopsie daisy.
Oh no.
Oh, what a mess, Debbie, what a mess. Oh no, Debbie, what you doing, girl? I've got glue everywhere. Don't worry, because you're literally going to... I'm going to take this bracelet off. I'm so sorry, Jamie. I'm clunking away. You're just going to give it a little rub with your finger, and it comes off in like little balls, and it doesn't leave any residue behind. Whoopsie daisy.
Magic.
Can you tell I've put loads on? Perhaps I was a little bit OTT. However, I'm giving myself much more work here, Lily.
Yes,
honestly,
certainly are.
sometimes I do wonder about myself. But again, it's just a great example of showing you. Can you see how it like forms like a little, oh, I always say it and I do apologise, I'm sorry, but it is like little bogies on your glue bogies. I call them glue bogies. Glue bogies onto there, and then when you've got rid of all the excess glue, you just literally wipe that off. And again, and there's a little bit more down there because Debbie was OTT with the glue. But again, just to show you, and that glue is now gone. All gone.
Wow.
So, that's the right way to do it. The little is the less, but don't stress if you've put too much on. Now, I am going to bring in this one. Now, tacky glue, I said, is probably the best one to use on a coated cardstock. Oh, Lily, could you go and ask Tracy for some...
I can, yes.
Yes, some glitter cardstock and some mirror cardstock, just a sheet of each, that'll do. But I'm just giving it a little shake to mix up that and it is a very low water content. It's exactly the same. Can I just say as well, when you finish with your glues, please put them back on the top, clean your spout. And again, it's the glue that comes off in your fingertips and literally rolls up, sorry Jamie, rolls up all these lovely little glue bogies, a better word. I like taking the dry glue off as well, Nicola, I'm exactly the same, but I do like to keep it clean in between use, and I also seal that back down to the top so it literally sits on top of the white. The same with this one, it's the same thing. You're just going to unscrew the blue cap, and it literally, if I just can show you there, has got a little bit of a gap, and then again, less is more when it comes to using this. So if don't tell me my glue's dried up. Uh-oh, this is from the studio, so... Oh, it was. Do you know what? It had got a little bit of a white, can you see there? Just a little bit of a blockage. That's all it was. That's all it was. And again, I'm just going to come on, and we're going to pop that down. And again, maybe, perhaps I've been a little bit OTT there, but don't worry. Do not worry. But it does dry clear. So again, I'm just going to pop that down. But already... I can see a little bit of a difference in terms of when I'm putting it down, it's not, so tacky glue is brilliant, it's not one of those that instantly dries, it's not an instant dry when you pop that down. You can pull it back as well, so you've got a little bit of wiggle time, and you can see that white glue there. But what I'm seeing straight away is the water content, and it is only low water content, but I can see the water content starting to affect the stick. I can feel bubbles. I can see that it's not all sticking down, and you do have to give it a bit of time to stick because it's tacky, so it's got a little bit of you've got more wiggle time with this than you have with this. This tends to like stick quite quickly. However, you will see and you will feel, and you know, when we talk about cards warping, that will be down to too much glue and the wrong glue on the mats and layers. And so again, I can see that, you know, it's still not, so it's still got a bit of time, but not the set. Can you see? I can't, and I'm really trying to move that, sorry, because there's a little bit more time to it. You know, there's not the same wiggle time that you get with the all-purpose, but I can also see as well, and I don't know if you can start to see a bit of buckling, and this is before we've even dried it. So I'm going to let those dry, and we'll come back to those in a little bit, okay? So we're going to move those to one side. But tacky glue does have a place in your... And I will show you now. And I'm just going to grab... Thank you, Lily.
That's okay.
I love the Tracy. Got some all-purpose... sorry. Oh, that's not... I think that's the adhesive. I think that's the adhesive. Don't worry, I'll show you with this.
Who's blaming Tracy? It's actually me that got it. So blame me. I can't let Tracy get the blame.
Don't worry,
but just
honestly.
While you're doing that, Debbie, we've got a question which I know you're about to answer, so I will ask it. It's from LDD on YouTube. She's saying, or he, sorry, I'm not quite sure. Either or. She says, is there any glue that will glue to the top of glitter paper, the sparkling glitter side of the paper? Hold tight, LDD. We're about to answer that one for you.
So she's wanting to know what glue to use on top of?
A glitter paper.
Oh, well, this is a glitter adhesive, so technically...
It's still
there's an adhesive on the back, but there's glitter, and it's encapsulated glitter. And what you would use, so let's... oh, do you know, I wish we got those punches in here. Never mind, don't worry. I'll pop... I normally wouldn't do it this way around. I don't know about you, Lily. I wouldn't do it this way around. However, to show you the right glue to stick down is your tacky. And the tacky, again, I do it automatically. I don't know about, you know, I just said to you, I've got like a little bit of housekeeping. I do it that automatic. I don't even remember I've done it. It's like second nature, isn't it, with anything? It's like riding up, honestly.
Absolutely.
So again, we're going to pop on our tacky glue. Notice again, I'm not going right up to the very edge, but I am going to make sure I've got a nice little bit down there, and I'm going to stick that onto the top. Now it does, again, it needs that little bit of time to seal. And the one good thing about this is if you do get a little bit excess, like I've just seen a little bit of a splodge there, it doesn't matter because it doesn't strip back. It's not going to strip any of the colour off the mirror or off the glitter. And I'm just going to turn that over there because I do like to give it a little push from the back as well. And only because I know for a fact I'm going to get my fingerprints all over it. So I'm going to just stick that down and not put fingerprints over the top. So again, we'll seal it down. It does need a bit of drying time though again. So again, we will leave that to dry, but I know with the glitter, and again, I'll do it with the glitter on glitter as well. I'll get another sheet of glitter just to show you, but I don't want to, what's the word? Stick my mucky fingerprints everywhere.
Oh.
So again, you just need to give it time to seal itself down, but that has not stripped any colour away from either of them. So if I just hold that up, but it does need to dry. Again, it needs to dry. So we'll let that dry, and I will trim that back down as well. So I hope that answered your question. And I will. And normally this, like I said, this is a paper. This is not, I repeat, not a glitter cardstock. It's a glitter adhesive sheet. So you just need a bit of time to, and again, this is me just doing with my mats and layers, and let that dry. So it just needs a bit of time to dry. There you go. Yep, okay. Right. Oh, I think I can, do you know what? While we're here,
Okay.
just move that out of the way. Just move those bits out of the way. God, it's going to get messy over here, Lily. I do apologise. I will tidy up. I will tidy up. It's warm in the studios.
It is.
It's dried really quick. And straight away, now, I'm going to ask for Amazing Jamie, and I'm going to ask you to come in close. In fact, perfect, Jamie, perfect. Right. Can we see a difference?
We can. Yeah.
This is not fully dry, Lily.
Oh.
This is not fully dry either. I can see a difference immediately. All purpose, flat. It looks like it's gone through the die cutting machine and we've flattened it. We haven't. I've put nothing heavy on it. It's been sat at the side of me while I've been showing you the glitter and mirror card. Can you see something really obvious on the other side?
A little bit of a banana, I think.
Yeah, bit of bubbles. Right? Now, this is why, and this is so important. Thank you, Jamie. Your camera skills are amazing. I'm going to turn it all the way around to give you another really good example. I'm just going to do this, Jamie. Sorry, Jamie, I'll go. Oh, Debbie. Trust Jamie and his camera skills for once in your life, girl.
Flat as a pancake, that.
A visual is always the best way to show you. All-purpose glue is the glue you will reach to for your mats and layers with uncoated cardstock because it dries flat and rigid. This is now super, super strong. This is not the right glue to use for your mats and layers with uncoated cardstock. It's the right glue to use on coated cardstock and construction, and I'm going to show you because we're going to make a box in a bit. But can you see, again, just look. And this is not fully dry, but it is not the right glue, and that is because of the water content. It's a glue that is not the right one for mats and layers. But mats and layers only. It's the right glue to have in when it comes to your mats and layers for your coated cardstock, for your construction, for sticking down objects like this, because it is the right glue. It's super strong. It does dry clear. It does dry all those. I mean, look at all those 3D things that are on there. That's tacky glue. What I'm just saying to you is, tacky glue, avoid with your mats and layers, because people will say to me, and I get it when I'm out and about as well, I'll always say, why is my card warping? Why have I got, why is it like wavy? That's the reason why. It's the wrong glue for your uncoated cardstock. It's this glue is why you need it in your life. It's flat, versus wibbly wobbly, wavy, whatever you want to call it, bobbly, however you want to call it, and it's just not the right glue. That's all it is when it comes to a matte and layer. I hope I explained that really well.
I think so.
In terms of what you need and why you do need that glue, but why you also need that glue when it comes to mattes and layers, because that's the reason why. Sorry, long-winded way then, I got my glues all mixed up, but there is a reason, and a very good reason why, when it comes to things like that, we don't use it. And why every glue, because Debbie, I'm telling you, I was that person that said, they're just after me money, and do you know what glue I was using, Lily?
Go on.
Photo glue.
Oh, no.
Repositional glue that you use for photo albums that you can peel back on and off and don't destroy anything. And then I was wondering why things were falling off my card, why my lats and layers weren't sticking, why I could peel them back. What a silly mistake to make, and one that a very valuable lesson I learned very, very early on in my crafting journey as to why we need all these different glues in our life. And I think that was a great demonstration to show you, but I will show you why I love this stuff and why I have it in my craft room as well. We'll come to that later on.
We absolutely will. We've got a few more questions, a few more comments I want to read out, just so you guys at home know that we've got them being sent down. I don't want you to think that we're ignoring you. We absolutely are not. So let's get in with some of these questions. We have got Paul Prince ×4 saying hi Lily, Debbie and everyone here. Sensational Sky is in saying hi Lily and Debbie. Oh, we've got a question coming in from Sherry saying, I accidentally bought some Collall textile glue recently. What would be the best time to use textile glue?
Well, I've got my textile glue in my hand.
Ooh.
Textile glue is exactly what it says on the tin. It's the right glue to use. And again, it's white. And I think this is why people, and I've done it myself, I've picked it up the wrong, when I was in shop, I picked it up wrong. And I mistook it for, I actually mistook it for tacky glue. It is white, it's solvent free. It's also, I know you've got the white colour, but it does dry clear. And it's for different types of textures. You know, like, if you want to stick materials, do you know, if you want to stick felt and foam and that kind of thing, I don't know about you, Lily, but I don't use those glues for that. If it's any kind of textile, any kind of cloth and materials, cotton, leather, denim, I'm thinking all the rest of them out loud in my head.
Linen.
What was that?
Linen.
Linen, thank you, Lily, thank you.
Silk.
Yeah, anything that's textile, anything that's...
Come in. Hello.
Excuse me?
Somebody's enjoying the
Been
show.
heckled by a van again? I swear they do it on purpose, I swear. I swear they look at that. They do it every time I'm in this building, Lily. So that, don't think you've made a mistake. You will find a use for it, but it is textile glue and again, only apply thin layer, that you'll use to any kind of textiles. Our lovely Becky uses this when she comes and does soft craft shows. This is the glue that she'll use to stick those things down. So that is what your textile glue is for. But please don't think you've made a mistake. There'll be something that you can use within your crafty life. Just pop it to one side, it's absolutely fine. Again, just make sure it's sealed down, clear free, and then you can use. And it actually, I should have read from back.
Oh.
Tells you on the back. Oh, look at that, yes. Perfect for hemming clothes. I forgot about that because Becky does use it for hemming, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Jeans.
Yeah.
You can wash this as well when it's on. You can wash the clothes.
That's
wash
good.
It up to, is it 40 degrees? Up to 40 degrees, if I remember rightly. I'm having a quick look now to make sure I didn't miss anything. So sorry. Yeah, it's absolutely fabulous for all the textiles. Like I've mentioned, it actually mentions jeans on the back of this as well. So, I mean, who thought?
Blimey.
I've just been thinking I had a drop-down M the other day. I could have used that because I've got a bottle of that in my craft room.
Brilliant. Right, perfect answer to that question there. Evelyn is exactly the same as me. She says, I always make sure I have enough glue on hand. Yeah, there's nothing worse than running out of your favourite adhesive. LDD on YouTube is saying, I've been wondering about when and what to use as a glue. Thanks so much for this tutorial. That is what it's all about. Ash Cambo on Facebook is saying, I bought a few of the red tapes recently, so it's good to see what it can be used for. More of that coming up later on in the show. Carol's in saying, this show is one to keep. Great glue info. Thank you for this. And yes, I tend to the glues backwards and too much. Karen's saying, a tip for the red liner tape, put a little regular tape on a piece of paper, and when you pull up the red, stick to the red to the regular tape. Ash is saying, I ripped a card with putting tacky tape through the gem and I couldn't get it off. Yes, sometimes when you put your low tack tape through the Gemini, it does get a little bit more tacky. So we do recommend trying to take a little bit of the tackiness off before. Michelle Butler saying, I love low tack tape for bingo. Ooh,
Bingo?
For bingo.
Bingo.
Michelle, can we have a bit more details? How do you use it at bingo? We're intrigued, we want to know. She says that she always has it in her bag. I'd like to know more, please. Jan Shank is saying, Debbie or Lily, sometimes my cards will curl when I use the all-purpose. Am I using too much or am I doing something else wrong?
I was just going to ask, what papers are you sticking? Are you using anything that, like, because especially if you're using the glue on the coated cardstock, you will get that. Because it is solvent-based as well, and it doesn't. So, for example, that with the one with the water content will soak through. On a side, it's got nowhere to go, so you just got to be careful when you're using it on uncoated, coated, and construction as well, and all sorts of other things. But it could be that you're using far too much. Less is more. If you remember that with all of your glues, you won't go far wrong. Less is more, and it could be that you're using the wrong glue on the wrong cardstock, or you could be putting far too much on, which can then affect and give you a ripple and can bend. Less is always more, and I've seen it time and time again, especially when I've been out teaching. I've seen that people think you've got to put a lot of glue on. You don't. So less is more. So that would be my advice for you.
Absolutely brilliant. Hopefully that helps you guys at home. Good question here coming in from Wendy Macbeth on YouTube. She's saying, is the all-purpose glue too thick to put in the smaller needle nose bottles? You know, the little fine tip applicators?
No, because I know how Debs uses it. I personally keep my all-purpose in that, but I've seen Debs, and I'm sure it's Sarah. I'm sure Sarah's got a little crafty stash over there, and she's got it into the fine tip applicator. It's fine to go in there, but I personally don't. For me, there's no reason to, because I do for this, but that's because when I'm wanting to stick because when I'm sticking gems, can I just say, and I will talk to you again about that, I don't use all-purpose for for sticking gems down. I use tacky glue decanted into, we've got one here somewhere, oh Debbie, where is it? Who's pinched it? Happens to us every time, Lily. But look, look.
Is it there?
Told you, Sarah, she puts hers in there as well, but the pin's missing.
Oh, no.
But actually, to be fair, when you peel that back, it'd run.
Hopefully.
It will do. I think it's clogged because she's got it over at top. But you can put it in there. It's absolutely fine to do that. I just personally don't, because I don't see the reasoning behind it myself personally. But I do when it comes to the fine tip applicators. Can I just tell you, this is not the pin that you're getting. We've got a fancy pin in ours, but we don't put bits because it always has a little pin with a little head on the top, and that's for when you want to use that onto intricate die cuts. So when I'm sticking down, and you'll often hear me say,
oh, look what die it is. That's a funny coincidence. Where's that come from?
I genuinely, and look, I can tell it's the wrong pin. Look at this. They've put a rusty old pin in.
Not stainless steel, is it?
No, and that's why don't be tempted to use a different pin. Use the pin that comes in your bottle, because you won't get this, which is what we've got here now. I often talk about when I'm sticking a sentiment down, I tend not to use my dotty tape pen because I'm heavy-handed. What I do use is tacky glue decanted into a fine tip applicator bottle, and I hold that down because obviously tacky glue is not something that sticks straight away, but it does dry like cement once it's held down, and I know that that will dry absolutely fine and won't come off. And I haven't got any glue splurges out of there. I was going to use that for my dotty tape pen demo, but however, doesn't matter because I've got some dotty tape, I've got some die cut pieces here ready for that one as well with the dotty tape pen. So yes, decanter your tacky glue, that's my own personal choice, into those fine tip applicators. I don't do it with the all-purpose, but it does work, as Sarah and Debbie will probably tell you as well, because they do. Okay?
Absolutely perfect. Right, we have got another question coming in. This one's from Ash Cambo on Facebook saying, can you use the tape pens for matting and layering?
Yes, absolutely. And I'll show you another good reason why you can. And I'll get that ready in a minute, because I'll need to chop a couple of bits of paper up, and I'll do that. And I'll show you, yes, for mats and layers, Lily uses it, I use it, Craig, Debs, we all do. We all use our tape pens. It's just the difference between a wet and a dry glue. But yes, you can.
Perfect. Now just a few more comments and we'll go for a break just to give you guys a chance to check out your baskets or have a little peruse of the website. Lots of love coming in though for Debbie's demos. Blue Jay on YouTube is saying, wow, I just turned this on and I've already learned a bit. Great tips, Debbie. Thank you. I'm going to have to watch this whole show from the beginning. Thank you. And that's the great thing. You can save the shows. You can watch them at a later date and watch them at your leisure. Oh, Evelyn's saying, hi Lily, it's so nice to see you back on your screens. Thank you so much. I'm here pretty much all week, which I'm very excited about. It's lovely to be back with you all. Crafty Stacey Lou on YouTube saying, hey Crafting friends, the amazing Debbie and Lily, so lovely to see you. Home from work. Oh, sitting in the garden. I'm very jealous here. Whilst it's mild with a cup of soup and throwing the ball for Cooperman. Wendy Macbeth on YouTube is saying, thank you. I can never judge how much to open the bottle, so I have better control with the small bottle. Yeah, a lot of people say that with the smaller bottles gives you a little bit more control. Oh, we've had a bingo update. Michelle's come back to us. Holds my bingo papers to the table and comes up easily with no mess left behind.
I love it.
That's good. That is organisation there. Absolutely love that. And then finally, Jen Shank is saying, thank you, Debbie and Lily. After watching Debbie's demo, I think I'm heavy-handed and I've used it on coated paper. Yeah, great tip in terms of your all-purpose. Now, like I say, we're going to give you just a few moments to check out those baskets. Have a little look on the website. Don't forget there is a buy one, get one free on selected stamps and dies. We also spied a few embossing folders in there earlier as well. So have a little look at that. We'll be back in just a few moments, even more demonstrations and get those questions in. We've got just over an hour left, so plenty of time to get those answered.
Hi, Sarah. We're the Crafting Divas from Florida, the ladies you met at HSN last April. We met and chatted and learned we live near each other, so now we get together every month and we craft.
I'm Karen, and I love Crafter's Companion so much that I changed the color theme in my craft room. It is now all purple, and 95% of my products are from Crafter's Companion.
And I'm Elaine, and I watch every day, and I love, love, love the craft along. Keep it coming.
I'm Colleen, and I love all the demonstrations. I learned so much, and I love the Demis who are demonstrating, and you all treat us like family.
And I'm also Karen, and I love my Gemini. I have a Pro, and that is the workhorse in my craft room.
I'm Lynn, and I love CC because of the friends that I've met through.
I love Ben and all the parodies he does. I'm Kim.
And Sarah, we have a question for you. How about lunch on us the next time you're here in Florida? Our treat, and we're celebrating you taking back your company. Woo!
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty program today and receive 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits to joining Club Inspire include special members-only sales, and you can receive discounts or exclusive access to products, and even free gifts. You will receive 1 point for every pound, dollar, or euro that you spend. And the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. See if you can craft your way up to our ultimate Club Inspire tier, Platinum, where you'll enjoy the very best discounts and rewards that we offer. As you keep climbing through the club, you can actually reach Platinum Plus and even Platinum for life. The more points you collect, the more you will be rewarded within our amazing special Club Inspire community. So, what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club, and start rewarding yourself today.
Hi, my name's Amelia Sirocco. Ben challenged us to write a limerick, and he sang mine on Crafters TV, so I'm giving it another go. Advance notice, producer Johnny, sorry. When Sarah was gone, we were sad, but now she is back and we're glad. Showstoppers each day say what? Shout hip hooray, my packages are on their way. Thanks for all you do.
me first, and then from there it'll be meetings, and they could be commercial meetings, they could be creative meetings, I could be supporting one of my team. I also manage a large team, so it could be one-to-ones with those. Every day is different.
Getting early on the morning to work, set up all my cameras, all my TV monitors, make sure the lights are on. After the last show, we'll need to make sure everything's switched off, ready for the next day. Then I get to go home, just watch some TV, watch some movies or something when I'm making some food, and then go to sleep.
When I'm working, it's quite busy because I have to get up really early to come into work if I'm going to be travelling from London. But otherwise, I'm quite lazy. I spend a lot of time in bed before I get up in the morning.
Hello and welcome back to Crafters TV. We're about halfway through our masterclass talking all things adhesives, paper, card and vellum. I know Debbie's got lots more hints and tips coming up for you guys, and we'll get through all those questions that you've sent in as well. But before we go back to Debbie, I've got a fantastic deal on our tape pens, our refillable tape pens that I'd love to share with you guys first. This is an absolute corker of a deal. I'm going to show you the solid tape pens first. We have got exactly the same sort of deal when it comes to our dotted tape pens, but we'll start off with our classic, our sort of original tape pens. And these are a refillable style of tape pens, which is perfect. It means not only do you get that same strength that you had on our original non-refillable tape pens, you also get a more length on each one of these. Each one is actually 30 metres. You get the ability to refill these, so it means less waste when it comes to the plastic housing of these tape pens. So in our sort of starter pack, if you like, you have one of the main tape pens themselves, and you have one refill. But as part of this deal, you're going to pay for an additional 3 refills, and you're going to get 3 for free. So that means you get your original pack with 1 refill and 6 refills for an amazing price today. If you're part of our Platinum Club, it's going to come in today at £19.97 or $27.04, which is incredible to get one of the starter packs and 6 of the refill packs. That's lots and lots of sticking power. I can't quite work that out off the top of my head. 6 times 3, over 180, 210, I believe 210 metres of your tape pens here, all in the solid ones. Like Debbie's been showing us, and she'll continue to demonstrate with these. You can use them for your construction, your mats and layers, your acetate, lots and lots of uses with your super strong tape pens. And we've got exactly the same idea when it comes to our fantastic dotted tape pens. We did touch on these a little bit earlier on in the show. These are great for all of those intricate die cuts that you may have, whether it's going to be sentiments, beautiful filigree frames. These are absolutely fantastic, and they're not going to give you any of that gluey residue around the edges. In your starter pack here, you've got your main tape pen plus 1 refill, and then as part of this deal, you'll pay for 3 of the refills. You'll get another 3 for free. So that's 1 main pack and 6 refills in total for, once again, another amazing Platinum Club price today of £23.97 or $31.84. Now, we'll just have a little check on, see if we've got any more comments over on the socials just before we get back over to Debbie, because I know we're getting lots and lots of questions, which is fantastic. We've got a top tip coming in from Sherry saying another tip for tacky glue on intricate pieces is to put some on a glass mat or scrap piece of acetate, then use a brayer to pick up the glue and carefully roll onto the intricate cutout. Sherry, that is an absolutely fantastic
Brilliant
tip, and I love it when you guys send in your tips as well as us sharing the tips with you. So that's what it's all about. Any more questions though, get them sent in, but I think it's time we get back over to Debbie and see what she's got up her sleeve next.
Well, apart from a clunky bracelet I've got up my sleeve.
You've still got it on?
I didn't think when I put it on, you know, and I very rarely wear it, and I thought, oh, I'll wear it today, and then forgot I'm clonk. Jamie, I must be driving Jamie mad today. I do apologise. We're still going to cover some more blues for this first hour and a little bit, and I'm moving to tape pens because I thought she's just brought you that fabulous deal with the tape pens. I thought we'll show you the difference between the two for anybody that hasn't used them before. Didn't cut any paper down. Debbie, what were you doing in that break? I mean, what am I like? Seriously. I'm just going to grab some more paper down here. Trusted little paper pad round here. Yeah, absolutely. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Right, so straight versus dotty. Put them the right way around, Debbie. Straight versus dotty. I have got a little visual that I'm going to show you straight away with 2 intricate dies that I have got cut out already that I've pinched. I'll just say.
Oh, who from?
The reasoning behind it. But before we do that visual, I'm going to show you the strength, because someone asked about mats and layers using the straight. You do not use mats and layers. No, that is not to be used with a mat and layer. The reason being, it's a dotty tape pen. It's for your intricate dies, and I've got some nice intricate dies here as well as these. So, but you don't use that for your mats and layers. But what we can do, and while I just trim a nice little small piece down again, might as well use this because otherwise Tracy will be having me cut spaghettis.
Just while you're doing that, Debbie, I've got a question, which I'm sure people at home will be thinking. With the new refillable tape pens, can you put, like, for example, a dotty refill into the straight tape pen and vice versa, or do you have to put the dotty refills into the dotty housing?
I have never been asked that question before, ever.
Oh,
I've never been asked
original.
that. I can show you how to do how it comes out. Now, literally, you've got like a little, should we call it a cap cover?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you've got a little, instead of now of a tape pen lid, I always used to throw them away because they drove me mad.
Oh, me too, Debbie.
It's now attached to the casing. And then you're literally just going to prise that open. Okay, so that is your refillable. So who asked what? Was it if they could put a dotty onto that?
It was me that asked it, but...
Well, you can. I mean...
Oh!
You want a two-toned one?
I quite like that. Do you know what, Debbie? I might be doing that with mine at home. I quite like that. It's funky. It's snazzy.
So you can, however, because the picture, right,
Picture's
is
wrong.
the picture's on the front where the tape is, so you won't ever go wrong. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
If you picked it up, because the picture's not on there, so and that's the bit that you just attach it to. So yeah, you can, because they're the same style. They're just different glues that are in there. That's the dotty one. That's the straight one. I like that. I've never been asked that before.
I don't know why that just suddenly came to mind.
Random there. Now, I'll just show you, for example, because obviously the one that we've got there, this is a brand new one that hasn't been used. And you can start to see, we've used about, I would say about half. Yeah, about half of that.
Yeah.
So don't get rid of that. Please don't get rid of that. You wait until you've got nothing there and it all been round there, and then that's the time to switch it over. But I'm just going to put that back together again. So we'll put that back together. I feel like bursting out into a Janet Jackson song then. And you just clip it, and then you have to attach back over there. You have to, Debbie, get it the right way around, girl. What am I like? And then clip it. And did you hear those physical clicks?
Yeah.
So that's ready and good to go. And then you've got, don't forget, because I do it all the time. I literally do it. I don't know if you do it, Lily, all the time. I forget it's there.
Me too.
And when you're using it, it's a very comfortable held one. That's the same applies to the dotty. And you've got it's got like little flat piece here now where you just put your finger. Now then, can I just tell you, when you're using this, light touch, not heavy. You literally just drop it onto the paper. You could barely hear it rolling, and flick. And it is a very flick.
For anybody that's never seen tape pens before, why are we flicking?
We are literally taking off the edge of the tape pen. Now, I could do this as a visual, but I don't want to ruin my tape pen. Because if I was to do this, Jamie, can you do it from there? Thank you. Thank you. If I was to do this, and literally you just take it, but I know I'm so sorry, I will own up. Debbie had gilding flakes last week, it's my fault. I actually going to blame Ben, but he's not watching. So
he's not here, so we can blame him. We're fine.
I could blame Ben. But if I was to just now take up, you especially, and I've realised I've flicked it, but I don't know if you can see. I'm sorry, it's a force of nature, and I don't realise I'm doing it half the time. Oh, look, I'm stuck again.
No.
Lily, last week I was getting myself in a right. I got stuck, and I really got struck to the paper.
Gosh.
I literally physically had to peel my skin off to get it off. But if you do it and do that, and then lift straight up, you are going to pull the tape away from the roller, and that's why you flick it. You're breaking that adhesion, and as you can see,
it's definitely sticky.
It's super, super strong and super, super sticky. And how long do I wave before it falls off? And I can feel it coming. Woohoo! That took a while, didn't it?
It did.
Do you know, we talk about mats and layers. You can absolutely pop that down and use as a mat and layer, but you need to apply a bit of heat to the back of the tape for that to seal itself down. Now, dry glue, we know for a fact will not warp. It is not wet. So there is no warpage with dry glue. Now, I've given it a lovely little covering all the way around. Because I feel my finger eating up, but it's literally taking it across there and you need to make sure you do that because it's the glue applying to the cardstock. But when you come to take that off, now I know I can see in the corner there, if I was to, I could, but yeah, I can get,
Nearly.
But now,
oh no,
I've ruined the paper. And so it's just to show you the strength of the tape as well. And I've actually ruined that. So, but you can use it for mats and layers. It dries straight. But what you can't do is move it to position it anywhere because it literally is stuck solid. I'm telling you, this glue is so strong. But yeah, you can use it for mats and layers perfectly. What you can't do is move it. You can't lift it off, you can't move it off because this is what happens. So you've got to be confident when you put that down. You could have a helping hand by popping a bit of that on, but why would you use both? I'm just going to point it straight out. Why would you use both? Because there's no point. If you're going to do the mat and layer, use your glue. If you're confident and you can stick that down, and I suppose in a... I don't think I can, but we'll try and save it. We'll try and save it, Lily. And I'm just going to go all the way back round again and then flick, flick, flick. And again, let's just try confidently to pop that back. Although I don't think I'm going to match it up, Lily, but...
Close enough.
It's worth trying, isn't it? But there you go. That's the reason behind that. But again, another good example of this. Now, the visual I wanted to show you is this. Intricate, dotty. It works the same way as this. It's refilled the same way as this. It's 30 metres on each. They both are dry glues, but this used for mats and layers, this you use for intricate, this you do not use for intricate, and I'm going to show you why. So, shall we go in straight away with, yeah, we'll go with the solid.
Okay.
Now, straight away, I can see it going.
Have you stuck it to the mat?
Oh yeah,
Oh, no.
because the glue is messy, but again, it's a visual. I work by visuals. I don't know if you're the same, Lily.
Absolutely, yeah.
If I can see how not to do it, I am a visual learner, Jamie, exactly the same as you, my lovely. I'm a visual learner. So, apart from it sticking to the mat, let's just pop that down onto like so.
Am I going to get over to that area tonight for Monday Makers? There's going to be glue all over the mat.
I promise you I'll clean it up, I promise.
You better do, because not everybody does.
Now, you can... Well, I was here Friday, however, did we do much on Friday? Oh, we did. But I did clean it. I did clean it. I don't know if I cleaned it thoroughly, though, because...
It was all right this morning, I think.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it was all
I feel like, because I am quite good at, and both producer Nicola and lovely Jamie will tell you I am very good at cleaning up.
You are. I will give you that. You definitely are.
Did you hear Jamie then? Did you hear Jamie?
Luckily, I didn't know.
He said I was messy.
Well, I've never seen him tidy up either, Debbie, so...
Does he not tidy up?
Well, apparently he's got nothing to tidy up. Oh!
Well, we might have to do something about that, might we?
Yeah, we were
right. Both stuck down, absolutely fine. Jamie, can we come in close? I'm going to make him work. Lily, we'll get him back. I'm going to make him work. Now, can you see on this?
Yeah.
There is glue absolutely everywhere. It's a right mess. I'm not going to lie. It's so messy. And that's the solid tape pen, and it's all the way around the frame. You can feel it stuck through. You can feel it's horrible. You just wouldn't use straight tape pen for that. Now, move over to this one. Come and have a look. Come in close. How close can you go? But there's no glue. You might see some glitter because I'm a bit messy with glitter. And I actually haven't rubbed that off, so let me just rub that off. There we go. Because it is one of those glues as well, a bit similar, but you can rub it off too. But that is the right tape pen. So again, straight for mats and layers, dotty for intricate. Don't be tempted if you run out, because you'll come a cropper. You will get sticky. You will get sticky residue coming through there. And again, that's one of the reasons why we have two different tape pens. Perfect for mats and layers, perfect for construction, anything like that. You see me and Craig use it with gilding flakes, gilding. What else did we... Oh, was it gild? Oh, glitter. Works for glitter as well.
Yeah, it does.
Dotty tape pen, all your intricate dies, not construction, not mats and layers, all your intricates to make sure there's no glue residue coming up through there, because it's the right spot because of that dotty nature, and I absolutely love them. Both have a place in your craft room, and again, another visual way of learning as to why you don't use it for each one. And then I'm going to move on to wet glue, because I've promised you I'm going to show you how to use this one, my favourite.
Absolutely. We'll get back to Debbie in just a moment's time, but a few more comments for me to read out just while Debbie gets herself set back up. Ash just said, I just checked, I have the all-purpose glue, but never knew the difference between them, so use tacky glue for everything. Now I can use it all-purpose. Yeah, this is absolutely what this show is all about, solving all of those gluey issues that we all have. Ash also says, great tip. I get where I was going wrong with the tape, no flicking. Yeah, when it comes to tape pen, you do have to be a little bit over the top. It does always help to have that real flick when you break that adhesion. Definitely a top tip for your tape pens there. Stephen Nicole's in saying, I've got a big storage box full of foam pads and the pad of tape pen in a storage container and drawer full of all-purpose and tacky and other all-purpose glue. Blimey, Stephen, I think you've got even more glue than me and Debbie put together, but you certainly won't be running out anytime soon. And Lenore is saying, I had 2 tape pens from different companies in the past and couldn't get them to work. I got so frustrated, I threw them both away. I think I'll be getting these now that I know how to use them, thank you. They are super easy to use. Definitely do give them a go, and I'm sure you will not be going back after that. And finally, Wendy says, if your work area doesn't get messy when you're crafting, are you really crafting? Wendy, I could not agree more. When I'm crafting at home, it's not just the desk, it's the floor, it's the next room, it's everywhere. All the stuff has to get covered, because otherwise we wouldn't be crafting properly, would we? Now, I think Debbie's ready. I'm just looking over there. Her favourite glue is coming up next, the chunky glue. So we'll go back over to Debbie. Just to let you know first though, on 3 for 2 is our 3D glue gel. Individually, that's a fashionable price of £6.39 or $7.96. Great time to stock up, because as Debbie's about to show you, it's a fantastic glue to have in your crafty stash.
Oh, I love 3D chunky glue. I love it. Decoupage glue, it's absolutely fabulous for your decoupage layers, anything that you want to raise. And I will talk about the difference between your foam pads, because foam pads can be used for your decoupage layers and to lift anything. And again, this is versus dry versus wet. And that's all it is. They offer you the same thing that a decoupage glue would, it's just that it's dry. And as you all know, our lovely Craig would swear blind. I mean, he is, I call him the foam pad kid, because he absolutely loves it. And I know you do too, yeah. Lily. Lily's exactly the same.
If Craig's the foam pad king, I'll be the foam pad queen, because we both love our foam pads and foam tape, actually, for that matter.
And I am a chunky girl. I love my chunky glue. The only difference, and the reason why, there is reasons why. And I know I jest with Craig when I'm saying about decoupage, and you can't shape it the best way.
Oh, you can.
I know you can, Lily. I know you can. We have this. It's just a bit of banter between us both. But for me personally, it's wet, which means it can move, which means I've got time for that wiggle room, because guess who is the one that wouldn't be able to get it down straight away? That would be me. So I prefer that. Like I said, it touch dries between 20 to 30 minutes. If you're posting anything out that's raised, a decoupage, whether it be in home decor, whether it be in card making, whatever you're using it for, the same with things like ribbons. And I'm going to put a card together in a minute using all the different glues, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. But when you are using it, and you need to let it dry, so if you're posting it out, you've got to give it... Thank you, Tracy. She just fetched me an OXO cube in, bless her. So if it smells of gravy, Lily, I'm going to apologise now. I'm onto my OXO cubes at the minute. Trying to cook the coffee down again, because guess who's... Coffee's addiction has taken a hold of her again. Yeah, so let it dry overnight for it to set solid and properly. Now, I will just talk about the glue itself. I personally do keep the majority of my glue in the tube. However, you do get tools, and you're getting your little syringe with a little yellow cap, you're getting your corned beef key, and you're also getting your little... Thank you, producer Nick. Words were failing me again. A fine tip nozzle in there. I do apologise, which you can snip off the end and create that fine tip there as well. However, and this is really important, I'm going to show you how you store it, how you use this tool, and how you fill this tool up as well and use it, because it's one of the questions that get asked the most. Now, we'll just tell you as well, in terms of what this sticks, down, there's all sorts that this sticks, and I'm talking things, and again, it's on the box. We've got it in all different languages here, but you can just literally look at all the boxes and it tells you all the difference between the glues on there. But for me to physically tell you, it's perfect for absolutely any kind of thing. I think the only thing they tell you not to use it on is natural stone, but you can. I mean, why? Just going to put it out there. Why would you be using natural stone? Would you be using natural stone?
I wouldn't be.
Me personally, no. Anything that you want raising, and as I think Leanne's once told us about this when she had a shoe snap. I think she's told us about using this glue to fix a heel.
Oh my goodness.
Absolutely. Again, you need to let it dry. I'm not going to lie, let it dry. You're not going to be able to walk on it, stick that on and then walk around in it because it's wet. It's wet, it needs to dry. But yeah, absolutely, you can do. It's colourless, it's odourless, it's clear, sorry. It is solvent-free as well, so it means it doesn't smell. Now, it can discolour over time, just a little bit of transparency. It can discolour over time. You can get a little bit of a yellow chip tinge, but it's absolutely fine because it's under something. It's not gonna, you're not going to see it, so it's absolutely fine. But that's with age, that's with time. I'm not talking straight away. It dries clear and it dries rock solid as well. So it's another fabulous one for all those raised items too. So let's show you. Now, when you take this top off, someone's been in this.
Oh.
And I'll tell you for why. There's a silver cap over the top. Who's the naughty one? Let me just check. They have. Oh, do you know, Lily, have you got a spare one underneath? What a great example. Oh, I might be able to save this.
You took mine, didn't you?
I can save it. I'm okay.
Yeah,
I'm okay. Can you see? Oh, yes.
Oh, it's coming.
Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. So I'm just showing you the clearness, the chunkiness. This is thick glue. This is not runny glue. Do not expect this to be runny. It is thick. It's super sticky. You can see on my finger there. So I call it gloopy glue. Gloopy glue. We have a nickname, Lily. As you'll know, I have nicknames for everything.
Gloopy glue, chunky glue.
I know. I think sometimes when I'm here, you do need a bit of a Debbie dictionary because I absolutely come up with all sorts of different things. Right, let me show you how, and then I'll show you how to store, how to fill your syringe. Take your yellow tap off, take the syringe out. You're going to place that over the edge. Now, I personally, I struggle with, I've told you many a time, I struggle with dexterity. You can, if you have got the strength, just squeeze that straight into there. I, however, take my key, pop that down into like so. Let's just make that sure, give it a good push down. You do not want air bubbles in this bad boy tube. I'm telling you now, if you get air bubbles in there, you can kiss goodbye to the rest of your glue. And I'm just going to put it out there. So it is important, little housekeeping. Again, I'm just holding it over the top and I'm just going to use my key to turn to squeeze in the amount of glue that I need. Now, I don't fill it right to the top, Lily. I don't know about yourself, but I don't fill it right to the top. I feel it's a waste. You can't get your syringe in, and again, you've got a bit of a struggle there where you might get some air bubbles in. Now, it's ready to go, and I'm getting all stuck up again, so let's just get a little bit of tissue just to wipe my hands before I get stuck down, because I am going to put a card together. Now, again, when this, don't take that key out, push up to the top. Jamie, can you see that? Thank you, love. I'll do it there. Push up to the top a little bit that comes out there. There is no air in that tube right now. Seal it. And I'm just going to seal that on. And seal it tight. There's no air bubbles in there. And it's ready now to be stored. Now, I know we've had this question before. I do actually use a little bit of micropore tape to hold that down into place, or an elastic band that goes over the top to stop that from moving, because what I don't want it to do is unravel and get any air in there anywhere. You should be okay, because that's how I normally sit mine on my craft desk. I'm not going to lie, the only time I put micropore on is when I'm out and about and when I'm travelling, just to stop that from happening, because the key can fall out. However, that's stored. I know now that there is no air bubbles in there. I know when I come to use it again, it's going to be absolutely fine. And when I'm talking about come to use it again, I might not use it again for another week, a month, 2 months. It will not dry because there is no air in there. Make sure it is squeezed out and it's got that little bit of glue over the top. It's so important to do that, guys, and I know I bang on about it, but it should not be drying out in your tubes if you have stored it properly. One little top tip, because it can, and again, if you get air bubbles in your syringe, and I can see that there's one there, but when I start to use it, it's only at the top, so it'll be absolutely fine, and I'll be able to reuse it. It's exactly the same way when you use it. When you're finished, if you haven't used the old tube, don't think, oh, I'm going to wash the tube out, I'm going to get rid. No, don't do that. No. Literally, just put the same thing where you literally take a little bit that comes out the top. Thank you, Jamie. I know he's trying to get in really close. God love him. There you go. Make sure you've got a little bit out at the top. I'll just give it a little wipe and then stick that down. And I know there's no air bubbles in there. Come to use it. And again, it's ready to go. And I store mine flat down. Okay? So they're just couple of little things there for you. Now, when coming to use it, and I think I'll use a little bit of all my glues here at the minute, because now I've just shown you how to use that. That is actually for the top of your thing as well. But I'll be totally honest, I don't use mine. Do you use yours, Lily?
I'll be honest, I've never used it, Debbie.
Yeah, I don't. It's there for a reason, and it's there for you to pop over the top, and then I suppose it depends on how much you're going to use it.
That's true.
But again, I don't. Can I just tell you, it's not for the top of there.
Definitely not. No.
So I know. Someone's asked me that question before, and I'm like, oh no, that's not how you use it. It's for the top of this. It's the fine tip applicator for the top of that, where you snip off the end, you know, and that, and then again you can use the. But no, I'll be totally honest. I very rarely use it because I find that I keep it perfect in there, no air bubbles, and I can reuse and reuse and reuse. It's very rare I've used that one. That's just me being open and transparent. But it's there as a tool if you need it. Right. Dotty tape pen, and actually I'm going to use a straight as well because I've got a little bit of a solid base here, so I'm going to dotty tape. Oh, Debbie! Sacre bleu, I'm doing it again. That's not so mind. I did say, did I not say, Lily? Do as I say, not as I do.
Absolutely. You just showing us what not to do. You know?
What not to do, girls.
Us all out.
Yes, what not to do, girls and guys. No, guys and gals, no, we don't do that. We use a dotty round the intricate. We use the solid in the middle, we flick, and we pop on what we need in terms of glue. And that's going to sit down onto my matte base. And apart from a little faux pas, which you're going to excuse me for, I know you are, that's absolutely fine. I'm then going to bring in, because I do have, because I'm creating a little bit of an easel card, so I've cut that again, and I want to line that up over the top. I don't want any glue showing, so what am I going to do? I am going to use the Dotty tape pen, Debbie. The Dotty, I repeat, tape pen. And I'm going to pop it onto the top of there and the underneath of there, because I'm going to make a little bit of an easel card with this.
Okay.
So we're going to come on, and we've got the Dotty underneath there. I want it on the top of that one as well. So I'm just going to lift that up a little bit. Yes, Debbie, you've got the Dotty, good girl. And exactly the same, you know, the breaking. I don't know if you've seen, but I am still breaking by giving that little flick, little tiny flicks, and I am not being heavy-handed with it, because I am terrible for it. I don't know if you're the same, Lily, but I just want to seal that down, and then seal this one over the top.
Okay.
Okay, so, oh, Debbie, get it the right way around.
These are gorgeous dies, aren't they, Debbie?
Beautiful.
Absolutely love them.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful. It's been a long time since I've used them, and I thought it's a great demo to use during glue. Yeah. And the different reasons, and the combination of the different glues as well. So I've got that's now creating my lovely easel card as so.
Gorgeous.
Okay. I am going to use my could use the fine tip applicator, couldn't I?
Oh yeah.
Because I am heavy-handed. I've often admitted it. And I'm not going to, you know, when I use a sentiment, so I've got a sentiment, I am a bit heavy-handed when it comes to using it over those things. So I'm going to switch. I think there's one here that's got the proper tip. I don't know where that one's come from, that. Do you know where that's come from, Lily?
It's mine.
Oh, is it yours?
Yeah.
Apologies.
You're more than welcome to use it, though.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I've just gone and picked it up, and I thought, I wonder if you don't mind me using it, because it's got the right pin in.
It does, yep. And it's flowing nice. It's nice and full as well. So.
Yeah, and Lily's glue does not have a brown tinge to it, because if you use just any old pin, it rusts. It turns your glue brown, and you have to literally throw that glue away that's in that there, because it literally comes out all brown, doesn't it?
I don't know if we out Nicola or not. If we keep them to ourselves.
I'm going to leave that one to you.
Oh, so the old glue, the other glue with the button pin, that was one of my old glues that I had.
Yeah.
And the pin broke, so the little ball on top came off, and I couldn't get the pin out of the tube. this is a couple of weeks ago when I was doing boards in the office, and Nicola was very kind, very helpful, went and got me another pin. But obviously those pins must not be stainless steel. I didn't realise, and Nicola obviously didn't realise either. I think we all just assumed that they would be stainless steel, so we've popped that pin in there. But I suppose all we were doing is we were just demonstrating that it definitely does have to be a stainless steel pin. So try not to break the pin that comes in the bottles, which is why now I have a second bottle of glue. So it seems like I'm hoarding all the fine tip glue applicators. So yeah, that's definitely a top tip. Make sure if you do have to replace that pin that it is stainless steel.
And I did love the top tip about the popping onto a bit of this glue into acetate, and then you could dip these in, or you can I usually put it on the back of my hand.
Oh yeah.
Or a brayer, you could use that as well.
Yeah,
but I'm just wanting a little bit of glue just on this end and this end to literally dangle my sentiment in the centre there.
Oh, that's lovely.
So I've not put the glue all the way around. I could have put it up at the top, but I can do that later. But again, just to show you, I'm going to put that back in, Lily, because I'm going to switch glues. And
I don't want to lose another bottle of glue.
And then I'm going to use 3D Collall glue to pop my little bow on, because this is a bow. And I've got a little floral.
Oh,
I've also got a little flopper stopper, but do you know what I'm going to switch to?
A flopper stopper.
A foam pad. I want that dry, I want that instant, because that's exactly what this is. It's an instant, quick dry. I'm trying to find scissors, so excuse me. I'll pop a little bit just onto there. I might actually double layer it and have a nice big flopper topper. Flopper stopper topper.
A big old flopper stopper.
Yeah, a big old flopper stopper topper. Stop your topper from falling down.
It's like a tongue twister, that.
It is a tongue twister. Oh, do you know what Debbie's gone and done?
You've stuck it wrong way.
Look at me.
Oh,
upside down.
Australian card.
Oh no, it's tacky as well.
Oh no. Have we got time? Oh, nearly. Is it off? Oh, blimey me.
Oh my God, honestly.
The jeopardy, I can't cope. Can't cope.
Oh, I do apologise for the strange noise that came out of my mouth then, but it happens to me a lot. I do this all the time at crafting at home. Lily, please tell me you're the same. It's not just me.
Debbie, all the time. Don't you worry about that.
Thank the Lord, because I seriously worry about myself sometimes. Seriously worry.
Don't worry, it's not just you. Strength in numbers.
Oh, thank goodness for that. So I'm going to pop onto there now, onto my, and I'll just try and turn that way. So I'm trying to do it so you can get it in shot. But guess what? We can't. So we're going to go like that. So I'm going to pop onto the flopper stopper. Nice big wedge of it, because I do like it to stick. I've got my little bow, and I'm just going to hold that into place. Now it does need to dry. Remember what I said? It's got to dry. And the same applies to, now where's my little, got my little leaf there. A little bit onto the back. Yeah, I'll just pop a little bit just onto there. And I do need to let this dry, because if I try and close it, I'm going to come a cropper, because guess what? It's got wet glue on it. So I'm just going to turn that around just for a second and to show you why you can use different glues on one card project. Ooh, remember, Debbie, bit of glue at the top. Push the air bubble out. There we go. Ready to go next time. And there you go, using all different glues, apart from red liner tape. That's the only thing I've not used just yet. But there you go. And again, needs to dry, needs to dry. It's got wet glue on it. It needs the time to dry. And before you send that out, please don't be thinking that can go flat in an envelope. Dry. No. Let it dry naturally and then pop it in your envelope or your boxes and send it however you're going to send it. Right, I need to clear up. I can't believe time.
I know.
We've got so much more to go through as well. I apologise right now. I feel like it's turned into a glue school instead of a everything school.
But I like it.
But I'm going to just quickly reshuffle, retidy up and get ready for the next things. And I think we'll come off glues just for the time being and move on to some other things as well.
Okie doke. Well, while Debbie's clearing up there, she definitely needs to. We are going to go through a few of these comments that you guys have sent in. Stephanie's saying, super helpful show. I'll be bookmarking this show to watch again. Sue Gartland on YouTube is saying, can you show glue dots? We'll bear that in mind and try and do that in a little while. Gail Dixon on YouTube is saying, I have at least a year's supply of the glues. How long will it keep unopened on the shelf? Ooh, that's a good question.
What was that, Lily?
I have at least a year's supply of the glues. How long will it keep unopened on the shelf?
Absolutely fine.
Fine, as long as it's not opened.
I've got glues in my drawer from when were they in store? 7?
Yeah, about
Yeah, 6-7 years ago. I've still got some glues in there. They're absolutely fine as long as they're sealed. And you, you know, as long as they're not open, you'll be absolutely fine. You should have no problem whatsoever.
Okay, perfect. Question from Wendy Macbeth saying, can the fine tip for the chunky glue, I presume that's like the triangle cone thing, go on the all-purpose bottle?
Now, I've never been asked that before, so let's have a little look.
I've never even thought it. It's a good question.
No.
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 Okie doke.
No.
No worries. Don't forget that you can put your all-purpose into your fine tip glue applicators if you need a little bit of a finer nozzle for that.
Yes.
Blue Jay on YouTube is saying, Debbie, could you use a heat gun to help the glue adhere to the paper instead of rubbing? I tore something the other day when doing that. I'd say no.
I'm going to be totally truthful with you. No. You can, but you probably warp your card. It's as simple as that because you're heating the card up and you heat... Just use your fingers. A brayer.
Brayer, yeah.
Never thought of the brayer.
Yeah.
A brayer will do that for you because it'll seal it and the friction from the brayer running back and forth will create a bit of heat. But don't use things like a heat tool to the top of it. It's not a good idea. No.
Yeah, absolutely. Kendall is saying, how do you clean out the small applicators when they start to clog? Good question.
Small applicators in which one? The fine tip applicator?
Yeah, little fine tip ones.
I personally peel back the glue.
Yep.
And if I find there's a bit of a blockage, I use my pin.
Yep.
And my pin tends to work it. And then, because, again, and I can see this one, as I need to clean this one out, because I think it's because it's had no pin in it, because it still will work. And I'm just wondering if oh, yeah, it's coming. Oh. It's coming. It's fine. Yeah, it's all right now. So I've got a bit... Excuse me. So yeah, a bit of warm water might help, a little bit of warm water. But technically, fine tip applicator, as long as you're keeping it clean and you know, wiping down after every use, should be absolutely fine to use. And then just put your pin back in. And make sure your pin goes right in.
Yeah.
Can I just say, because I can't use it with that one, Lily, can I use yours again?
Yeah, of course you can. She's off.
I'm off.
She's back.
So you have the metal to come through, but then you've also got the little, and I'll just hold it there, but there's like a little tube there, and it needs to be made sure it's gone through there as well.
Okay.
So if you find that it's not going down, it's because it hasn't gone into the, and sorry Lily, I'll put it back on, I promise.
She's destroying me glue.
I'm sorry, but can you see, so the pin needs to make sure it's gone down into there. I will wipe that up and clear that up. Because if it doesn't, that means your pin isn't right down, which means then you can get a blockage, and that's when you can have a bit of a problem. So just make sure that that's gone down as well. I'm going to put it back, Lily, right now.
Thank you. Perfect. One more question we've got. Where's it gone? There it is. Carol saying, I really love this die. Do we know which one it is? I love the birthday wishes also. I think she's referring to the frame that you just used. And it's from...
I know, off the top of my head.
Intralace frame dies.
Thank you very much. Yes, it is.
Intralace Creator Card, I think they were called.
I think the Creator Card, yeah, I think it is. I think you're right. And the birthday wishes. Oh, Lily.
It's quite an old one. I'm not sure.
I should have wrote it down. It's an old one. I'm so sorry. I'll try and find out for you. We'll have a little break and I'll try and find out because I can't remember. It's from my crafty stash. Apologies. I will have a little look, see if I have got it written down anywhere. But my bag is empty, so I'm not sure I have. I'll have a little look for you.
We'll try and find out for you. Few more comments coming through. Jill B is saying, I've done that so often. This is about sticking things the wrong way around. This is a great tip from Jill. I put a post-it mini flag on my card at the bottom right-hand corner. That is a great tip. I'll be trying that myself. Pamela saying, very beautiful card, Debbie. Ashley saying, I've learnt so much today. Thank you. Pamela, I think Pamela's channeling Ben here. He might not be here today, but he is in spirit, that is for certain. Hi, everyone. Forgot to say hello as I am glued to what Debbie is saying and doing. A very educational and informative show. Thank you, Pamela. And Daphne Rogers says, I use a microfiber cloth to rub the back of my cardstock when I use dry glue. Love the fact that we're getting lots of tips coming in from you guys at home as well. But we've got, blimey me, half an hour left on the show. It's absolutely flown by. But just give Debbie a little bit of a chance to tidy up. She needs to. We're going to give you a chance to check out the website and we'll see you back here in just a few minutes' time.
What I love most about Crafters TV is the community.
Crafters TV brings everyone together from different corners of the world. it also connects you with people from all over the world.
You guys have been there for me. I feel like you guys are my family.
I feel like I'm crafting along with my friends.
I met some of my best friends for life from Crafters TV, so thank you very much.
When you're having a tough time, you can switch on Crafters TV and you can go on the live chat, and you know people will be there for you as well.
And there's so much support, respect, and inspiration all through the socials.
It's a place where we can all share our love for Crafters Companion, ideas, and get inspiration from each other.
So what's not to love about Crafters TV? So go make a coffee and pull up a chair. Let's all get crafting. I'll see you all there.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty program today and receive 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits to joining Club Inspire include special members-only sales, and you can receive discounts or exclusive access to products, and even free gifts. You will receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro that you spend. And the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. See if you can craft your way up to our ultimate Club Inspire tier, Platinum, where you'll enjoy the very best discounts and rewards that we offer. As you keep climbing through the club, you can actually reach Platinum Plus and even Platinum for life. The more points you collect, the more you will be rewarded within our amazing special Club Inspire community. So, what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Hi everybody, I am Cindy A. Lewis. I do have a YouTube channel, but that's not why I'm here today. I'm here because I do love Crafters Companion products and Crafters TV and Sarah Davies. I love everyone that I have come to know on Crafters TV, on all the scheduled shows. I've learned so much inspiration from all the shows. I appreciate the Angel Policy using the inspiration, the products to make our own and make it our own. And Sarah, I'm so glad you're back and fully in charge. I'm so happy about that. You could really sell ice to those in the North Pole. As you can see, all these bins back here are dies and stamps from Crafters Companion, almost all. Those markers are all Spectrum Noir markers in the back. And these bins are all full of your kits, all the kits, like Sarah's signature kits and the different ones. So I keep them all together. And then down there are all, those are all in those bins, Christmas dies and stamps, mostly from Crafters Companion. And I just have to say, I'm so happy that you are here and out there for all of us to inspire us. So thank you so much for letting me be a part from Little O, Oklahoma, USA.
Hello and welcome back to Crafters TV. We've got just under half an hour left on this masterclass. We were saying in this break, it's absolutely flown by. Where has that time gone? Honestly, I think both me and Debbie could wax lyrical on glues for hours and hours on end. Now, I know we have focused the first portion of the show on a lot of the glues, different adhesives. Hopefully we've covered most of those at least, and hopefully we've answered all those questions. But I'm conscious we've got a few more questions that we need to answer throughout the last 25 minutes of the show relating to paper, card, vellum and all those other crafty essentials that we need as paper crafters. So we're going to go straight back over to Debbie and she's going to show you, I think first of all, how we create an 8x8 inch envelope.
Yes, it was a question we got asked. However, just before the break, I was asked what the die set I used and the sentiment die set I used. So I've got the answer for you. Fancy filigree interlaced die. She was right. She's good. She's good. The birthday sentiment was from what we called the birthday. Sorry, Expressions. That's the title we called them. And it was from the interchangeable ornate swirls, and it was called the Birthday Wishes. Not sure we have those in stock anymore because they are old dies. However, World Wide Web, tap, 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 might be able to point you in the right direction if we don't have it on the website. So I'll just repeat that again. Fancy filigree interlace die, which was the card base, and the expressions die was called the interchangeable ornate swirls Birthday Wishes. There you go. Right, I can put that away now. Right, this was personally asked as to do for Denise, is it Avey? Denise Davies has personally asked if I would make an 8x8 envelope from a 12x12 sheet. We've got the fabulous 12x12 papers on the show. I'm just using, again, I don't want to be pinching Lily's, so I'm going to just use one that I've got randomly over here. Envelope,
get your teeth
back in, Debbie, teeth back in. Envelope Creator is a good one that you can do this on. And I'll give you the measurements that you need and the markings that you will need. Now, I've had producer Nick go and check this out. We think it's out of stock, but I think you can pop in when it comes to when we'll have it back in stock, you can pop it into the email and it tells you. I think that's right, isn't it, Lily? I think that's right. Yeah. So I'm just going to trim this down to the size that I need. Now, it says 11 by 5/8. So it's literally, and the only easy way I do this, Lily, I don't know about how you measure it, because I find it can be quite tricky to do an 1/8 of an increment when it comes to measurement, and Debbie's trying to get the big board off. So I do use my scoreboard to help me.
Okay.
And because I know that these increments are an 1/8 of an inch, and I know that I count to 5 and I've got my measurement that I need. So I'm just going to give that a little starter by counting. Make sure it's flush to the board, Debbie, flush to the board. 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's basically, it's the notch after. This is too big, that one. Lily, they do it all the time to me. There's 2 different types of scoring tool, and I want the one that, we haven't got.
I can never find it, the thin little one.
Yeah, the thin side. Oh, I know where it'll be. We've got a deal on the ultimate. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, it'll be in here. Let me just make sure I'm not going to drop that. Yes. Perfect. We'll come back to that in a minute. See, we've got all that to go through. We've got rocker blocks to go through. We're going to show you how to use the rocker. Honestly, I don't know where time goes, Lily. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of a marking. You can do a little bit of a pencil mark, but I just want a little tiny. In fact, you know what? I'll reiterate that. Let's put that on there because you might not be able to see it being a pattern paper. So I'm just going to put that down. So it's 11 5/8 by 11 5/8. So it's literally the 1/8 of an increment up from 11 1/2. Trim that down. Whether you use paper trimmer, guillotine. You would need to use your large guillotine. Can't dress it up. You can't put that 12 by 12 through a small guillotine. You can put it through your paper trimmer though, which is what I'm going to be doing. And I'm just going to line that up. And again, just make sure I've got that nice and even, because if a little bit of refraction mark out, it'll affect the cut. It'll affect the scoring of your envelope. So let's just take it, and it literally is 4/8. Yeah, 4/8 of a little.
So
it's a sliver.
It's 11 5/8.
Thank you.
So it'll be 3/8 that you've taken off.
Thank you.
There you go.
I knew, as you see, I've often admitted, I don't mind admitting, maths, not a strong point. Creativeness, yeah, I'm fine with that. But maths, rubbish. I'm absolutely rubbish. So there you go. That is that cut down to size. And then the markings on the Envelope Box Creator, it is a flat envelope, so I'll tell it this way to make it a little bit easier. So I'll just pop it into grid 1. It's not an envelope box, I'm just using it flat there. And do you know what I might do? I might have a little nosy what it looks like on the on the Ultimate. We'll have a look. So L&L are the places, so it's nice and easy. 8 by 8 always is. Anything that's like a square is nice and easy. It's usually the same 2 markings. Same with like a 6 by 6, a 4 by 4. They're always like the same kind of markings. But this one is L&L, so I'm going to come in at L, score all the way down. And I'll do that on all 4 sides.
Okay.
And this is just using your Envelope Box Creator to create this. But like I said, we will have a little nosy.
And something we get asked quite often in terms of the scoring tools, obviously you've gone for the one that's sort of the finest end to it.
The finest ball, yeah.
We have the ones that are thicker. What is the difference and what are the different uses for the different thicknesses of the
Different
tools?
cardstocks, different acetates, vellums, things like that. I'll be totally honest, I tend to use this a heck of a lot.
Me too, yeah.
But there are, in fact, that's a great, there you go. And especially when you're embossing, if you're embossing, you need a thicker, I find you'll need the thicker one. The same with the acetates and things like that. It's all down. And you'll probably have heard Sarah talk about it as well. I think she talks about putting a larger ball tool into acetate to give it a better, I personally find I use the opposite end.
Yeah.
That's just me personally. But I could be wrong. I might have got that a bit of information wrong there. But there are 4 different types: small, medium, large, flat. And I will tell you, this tool is one that I would not be without. I think 9 times out of 10 tend to use it for everything. Do you use it for anything different, Lily?
Yeah, I sort of why I asked, I tend to just use the thin one, in all honesty.
Yeah.
No matter what I'm scoring with, it's thick card, thin paper, whether it's acetate, I find it a lot more useful. But like you say, if you're doing your decorative embossing, if you think those larger ball tools did come with the original Ultimate, and that was where we had all the embossing designs on the boards as well.
Yeah.
You want a thicker sort of, almost like an embossing tool rather than a scoring tool if you are doing that decorative embossing.
Absolutely. So all my score lines are in place. I am just burnishing. I'm glad we're doing a swapsy later, Lily. The way I'm talking, I'll never be able to get the word out.
Oh dear.
And then again,
5 o'clock show.
just giving all those a good burnish and just making sure that I've not gone out of that line, because again it will affect. So it's just making sure that you've got those 4 pieces done. Now I did say I was going to have a little nosy, didn't I?
Oh yeah.
Let's have a nose.
Well,
we're not going to do a Debbie. Guess what I've just done?
Oh, have you opened it and it's all fallen out?
I've knocked my rather large scoreboard, the big score, over the top of the counter, underneath here, over the top, bang, crash, wallop.
Oh, no.
I know, Lily, I know.
Oh, dear.
Honestly. Oh, now then, let's pop that in. Because this is this is a flat envelope maker, but it's also where you can make a box with it as well. So I'm just going to have a little look and see where my line folds to. Yeah, let's just raise it and see if you can make it on there. Perfect. Take it right into that corner, and it's down on the F. So if you've got an Ultimate, do those same measurements that I've just told you, but make it onto the F marking on the Ultimate Pro. Hey, well, worth doing that, Lily.
It was.
Worth doing it.
Nice to know. So if you're making your own 8x8 inch cards, you want to make your own envelopes, you can do that on the Ultimate. We also do have a deal on the Ultimate on the shop today as well.
So you don't have to wait for the envelope box creator to come back. You can absolutely do that on your Ultimate. There is actually in the Ultimate, if we get a chance, we'll go through that for you. There is, Debbie's just trying to find her end. Trust me to use a pattern paper that I can't see.
Oh, dear.
Honestly.
Just while Debbie's cutting, details are on the screen. You get your Ultimate Pro with a free boxer board, which is a fantastic scoreboard for creating lots and lots of different sizes and depths of your fantastic boxes. You get even more. Oh, the screen's lying to us. So not only do you get your Ultimate Pro and your boxer board, you get some A3 Centura Pearl and Dotty Tape Pen. Blimey, that's an absolute steal of a deal. So your Ultimate Pro, recommended retail price for that is $39.99 or $69.95, but you're getting your extra scoreboard, which is your boxer. You get a pack of A3 cardstock and one of your Dotty Tape Pens, all for absolutely nothing. If you've not already got those scoreboards, or if you're looking to gift them, now is the time to grab that deal.
Now then, you can see with an 8x8 that you've got, I mean, you can tell straight away this is just perfectly done.
Gorgeous.
And when you are sticking down, you've got choices of your glue. Now, we used to have an envelope glue for, do you know, the top?
Oh, we did,
I don't know if we still do that anymore,
I don't think we
Lily. I've never really checked if we do. But tape, what you're going to stick that down with? Are you going to use a red lining tape? Are you going to use a wet glue? It depends on what finish you want, and I want a quick finish because time is of the essence. So I am going to use our strong, oh, this is a good one, a little bit as mist, so I've just given it a tiny roll on just to seal. That's better, and that's just going to seal that part to that one. And then I'm going to pop a little bit of glue just down the edges, and again, just roll that on slightly. There we go. And I'll do it down the other side as well.
Could you use a wet glue, something like a
wet glue? Yeah, wet glue. So you could use your tacky.
Tacky, that works.
Fine tip applicator.
Oh yeah.
You'll need to let it dry, so that's when I would use things like, do you know, like paper clips?
Oh yeah, or a quilting clip or
anything to hold it into place. But again, I'm just going to give that a nice little, and again, anything that's got dry just needs that little bit of friction to give it that perfect stick.
There you go.
And it's something we don't often do on air. We just stick it. We just we forget to show you that little bit. But always a good one to do. And there you've got your perfect 8x8 envelope made. Beautiful, especially on a double-sided paper.
It's
However,
gorgeous.
that would look lovely with the Sarah Signature Special Papers because it'll have white inside. But of course, you could pop an envelope liner in there for you as well. But I hope that explained how to make an 8x8 envelope for you, Denise, and I hope it showed you clearly and explained how to put that together to get that perfect finish for your envelopes.
Absolutely. Well, while we're there, we've actually had a question coming from Pat saying, would Debbie be able to show us how to do a 5x7-inch envelope? Can we?
Which one, sorry?
A 5x7-inch envelope.
Absolutely.
Just while Debbie's setting herself up, I will go through a couple more questions. We have got Janelle is saying, coming in very late today as I allow myself to sleep in a little for my birthday after a very long, rough day doing inventory last night. Well, Janelle, a very happy birthday to you. Hope you're having a lovely day, and it's lovely that you're spending your special day with us here at Crafters TV. And Alicia Gordon is saying, I've saved this in my masterclass folder. I will rewatch later. Thank you all so very much. This has truly helped me. And we've got Shazza's in saying, I use my envelope maker lots. Took me a little while to get it right. I think I wasn't lining up in the corner groove properly. Shazza, as we say, you just got to get in the groove, as somebody once sang. Right, before I get even more like Ben in terms of terrible jokes, I think we'll get back over to Debbie and see how we create this 5x7-inch envelope.
Because you can use the envelope box creator as well to do a 5x7. The envelope box gives you flat envelopes, and it gives you different sizes of your envelope boxes, so envelopes that are boxes, and it goes from, like, I think, it starts at a 1/4 inch to, or is it 1/2 inch? Need to check that because I forgot. 1/2 inch right up to 1, that's right. So that's worth doing it. But however, we've got a 5x7 in here envelope for your specialised cards in your paper, and guess where this is from?
Ultimate Pro.
The ultimate. So we're going to do that now. I do need a bit of cardstock again. Oh, I'll be using the same one. I do apologise. It's the only one I've got down here. I don't want to be starting to raid through lovely Lily's pad. We'll just do a pink one.
It is a gorgeous pad. Oh, I love that design. Isn't it gorgeous? Frosty and bright. Mind you, I'm thinking, in the last My Special Papers, the Christmas one, I'm sure we had Frosty and bright in there. I'm sure we did.
Absolutely. Yeah. Now, it tells me I need to start my cardstock or paper at 24.5 centimetres. So I'm going to take that up to the 24.5 mark. By 24.5. I'll do it that way. Make sure that's nice and flush. There we go. Hold that down. Slice that away. Talk to myself all the time. There we go, got the right piece to start with. And then the measurements on this one, on your Ultimate Pro, are the F and D score line. Well, if I just quickly tell you, you've got your envelope box and you've got your envelope maker on here in this two way of using it. You've also got some extra little bits, like with embossing for your K cards, embossing the backs of your envelopes. If you've got plain envelopes, that's what this does. And also, I mean, the one I use all the time, card making, and then inside, I'll do it the right way around because I know I've got it back to front. I know I've got it back to front. You've got all your shapes in here to be able to create your aperture cards as well, and then the mats and layers, and there's so much more. Box making facility, decorative embossing on there. You've got your tools, and that's where I'm going to have to remember to put that tool back, Lily. Bow maker, paper trimmer with the ruler that sits in the middle of the board. You've got your book that goes through all the unique things that this board can actually do. And I will tell you, there is a very in-depth, quite recent Sarah special, where she goes through, I think she goes through absolutely everything. So it's worthy of a watch, definitely. And if we can find out when that was, because I can't remember. And I know it was recent, because I was driving up. And I'm thinking, that woman is amazing what she can do with this board. She literally just goes whack, 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 and makes all sorts, doesn't she? It's like,
she does, it's amazing.
I feel like I want to sit with her and just watch her, like literally just to see her work her magic. Now, it does give you inside your booklet, and you will get all of one of those in there. You'll get your envelope box part, but you also get your envelope making, and it tells you where to place your paper on the board with the corner position to the locator point. That's what the locator point is there.
Okay.
That's what that means. And I'm just going to make sure that that is in and flush up to that top. And then we'll score at the 5 and the 5, Debbie, 5. F and D, Debbie, F and D. Now, when you're coming to do your envelopes, and one trick I learned very quickly was you work this way. So if you've got F and D, it's F, F, D, D. It's the opposite corners. Not what I thought. F. And I was doing it the whole way around. F, F. I would get myself into a right pickle. And I ended up, I was just like, just go back and watch those videos. Just go and watch them, because they're very straightforward, very easy to do. And then again, I'm just going to go in that F part. So I'm going to take it up from the bottom to the top.
I love the fact that as well you've got the letters at the top and the bottom, so it just makes it super, super easy.
Yeah, absolutely.
To follow.
Debbie, where's your marking? There it is. That's the way to do it. God, I sounded like Punch and Judy then. That's the way to do it.
So when we're creating an envelope like this, are we lined right up to the top? And when it's envelope box, is that the drop down one ever so slightly? Where we've got
it shows you. You've got a little bit of a grid there, so it actually shows you. And again, it explains it all in the booklet for you. So that's your envelope making. And then you've got a little golden rule about, like, where, you know, how to do it. And then the same with the envelope boxes, and it tells you to drop the cardstock down because you need 2 markings for that, don't you? So that just gives you a bit of an indication. And again, go back and watch that fabulous demonstration with our lovely Sarah, because she really is a whiz at it. She blows my mind how she... And I have at times, Lily, because I'm visual, but I also am one that has to go back on things because I forget. You do so many things. You do, don't you?
Oh, you do, absolutely.
And so, for me, it's like, oh my God, it must be ingrained in her head. But then I think she created this.
Well, yeah.
She's demonstrated it for years and years and years and years. She could do it in her sleep. She could do it in her sleep, Lily. So I think, Debbie, why are you worrying? I have to go back and refresh my memory on a lot of things. So sometimes I have to refresh my memory on things like glue schools as well, because we just take it for granted. And we do, don't we? We all do it. We all do it. I bet you're the same.
Absolutely. And I will say as well, if you do like watching Sarah's construction videos, I'll say there's plenty more of where they came from. I know that last week there was a big filming day with Sarah when it comes to construction.
Did you?
Oh, there is. I can't say too much, but I know she filmed a lot of videos last week, a whole series of them. So lots more construction inspiration coming in the coming weeks and months here at Crafters TV, which is very exciting.
For construction, Lily, in the break, you're spilling the beans because I haven't got a clue what you're talking about.
I'll tell you after.
Thank you. I like to be in the know of these things. I'm very good, you know. You can tell me things and I don't tell anybody.
I know. I will tell you, don't you worry.
Ignore Nicola, Lily. Ignore Nicola.
Oh, I can't. Nicola's being absolutely slanderous in my head. I can't imagine that is true. Debbie would never tell anyone things that she was told not to tell.
Well, the thing was, I didn't hear her say, don't say anything.
Oh.
So I didn't hear her say that. So
what I'm hearing is it was actually Nicola's fault for not telling her that she could say, right, okay.
Because, well, to be fair, if I had because sometimes, I don't know about you, Lily, but not that I turn them off, because I don't, but I just turn it down a little bit.
Okay.
And I promise, I don't ignore you. I promise I don't ignore you, Jamie, or Nicola, but sometimes I just forget to listen. I'm so bad. Yeah, do you know the pad of my dresses, what I call my pad of my dresses?
Yeah.
I didn't realise they weren't coming out, so there's me telling the world about 3 months in advance.
Oh, dear.
I was forgiven. Now, you see all the markings, and again, you're probably thinking, well, it looks a bit messy. You can trim that off. You can tuck it under. I personally like to tuck under, but again, you can leave if you want, and it's exactly the same way. Only this time, you can see they don't meet because it's obviously a different size card. So, I personally prefer to put my glue down these two sides now. So, I put the glue down onto there, the glue down onto there. Then I stick that down, and again, I'm just, I can't believe it.
5 minutes left, Debbie. Honestly, this
so
2 hours
sorry.
has absolutely flown by. We could do at least another 2 hours and probably another 2 hours after that still.
I'm terrible, and I have so much planned. And I did say, didn't I? Are we going to get it all in? I'm just worried about blah. Now I've realised we've got not enough time.
I know.
There's not enough time. Now, I will just say, if I do tuck under, I don't know if you're the same, Lily, I do put a bit of glue.
Me too, yeah.
Just a little bit of glue to keep that flap tucked down and, again, get that nice finish. I know some people trim that off. You can trim that off by all means. There you go. That is your 5x7, and I'll just finish that off by giving that little burnish just onto there. But you've got your 5x7 perfectly done. And I will just tell you as well, the envelopes always have, and this is how it all started with Sarah, 5x7 card, it's got that little bit extra on. It's been engineered into the board. You don't have to work it out. You just follow the instructions. We do all the rest. We being the royal we. And there you go, your 5x7 envelope.
Wow, absolutely perfect. Now, I don't know if we're going to have time to do this, but I'm going to ask anyway. I'm going to challenge Debbie. We have got a question coming in. Sensational Sky on YouTube saying, Debbie, could you please show us how to make an envelope box? How long have we got left? We've got 3 minutes.
I won't be able to get that squeezed in. I'm not going to lie. I can show you. In fact, you know what? That might be a good tutorial to do. Could we write that down? I'll write it down. Tutorial for what was it? An envelope box?
An envelope box. Yeah.
I need to write this down because I'll forget. Envelope box. To have throwing some shade at me in my ear there because I've only got 2 videos on my YouTube channel.
Debbie, at least you've got a YouTube channel because I wouldn't even know how to set one up and I wouldn't even have time to do it. So you're 2 videos better than I am doing. So
Lily, it's so complicated. Anybody thinks it's right easy, it's not. No. I'm like, I hold my hands up, I'm not the world's best. However, I'll try and get that tutorial and pop that onto my Facebook for you.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Debbie. Now, I think we're all up to date in terms of questions when it comes to this show. Nicola, in my ear, do we have any questions left that we did not answer? Apparently we did. We must have missed one. Oh, of course. How did I forget Vellum? She's waving it at me over there. Vellum inserts. How do we secure them into our cards? Back over to Debbie. You've got about 2 minutes. Hurry up. Oh, run, quick.
I haven't got a card base.
Oh,
I haven't got a card base. But I will show you how I put it on. Now, there are 2 things you can use. Split pins, always a good one for your vellum. But you've got a really good glue here in our Dotty tape pen. And I don't know if you use the same, Lily.
I certainly do, yeah.
But I find that a Dotty tape pen, I don't know if I've got right cardstock here, we'll just stick it on.
Could be anything, who knows at this point.
And I'll just pop that in. Now, if you were using it as a full insert, I like to have mine as an insert, as in like folded in the middle and popped into the middle of a card. But of course, that limits you to the size of your card because our vellums are all 8x8. We don't do anything bigger. I think I want to say we've done some in 12x12 in a Violet Studio range.
We have, yeah. And I think we did, was it Rose Garden? We did a 12x12. We've done some in the past, but these days we only do the 8x8.
But I will just show you very quickly. Can't see anything.
Wow.
There's no glue, you can't see anything. So Dotty tape pen is a really good one to have. Even if you were to run it through the centre, which I didn't do because I was in speedy craft there, use your Dotty tape pen or split pins in each corner. And that'll secure it down. And again, if you want to fold it in, score it, fold it in, use your Dotty tape pen, stick it to the base of your card or the lift of your card, the outside. You'll, again, very simple, very easy, good glue to have. Yeah.
Fabulous, thank you so much, Debbie. We managed to cram that in just at the end of the show. My goodness me, thank you so much, Debbie. It's been sort of like a rapid fire craft masterclass. I think that's probably the best way I'd put it. It's been absolutely fantastic. I've learned so much, and I hope you guys at home have learned a lot too. We will be back in an hour's time, but I won't be here. I'll be over there. Debbie will be over here, so we'll have switched again, but we've got lots more coming up tonight, 5 p.m. UK time. It will be coming up for you guys with a Monday Makers Show. Super excited for this one. A few things we've got coming up, corn vegetables, garden collection, lots more. Join us back here in an hour. Take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.